loser, bro.
All right, we back. Another episode of Just Landed, the Jetsetters edition, man. You know, I got my people in the building. I got somebody really special that be doing their thing with this music, bro. Let them know who you are.
It's good, man. I'm Doe XO, producer / rapper from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
That's what's happening, man. So what's good with you, though?
Nothing much, man. Working. Getting it in, man.
Yeah, well, tell me what you working on, man. What's up?
Man, right now, I got this album coming out with Train. It's a joint album. It's actually the sequel to the one we dropped in December. It's gonna be called The Ties That Bond Us.
Yeah.
And it's the next hot thing I got coming out right now.
Okay. Yeah, you say Train. You talking about Grind Time Train?
Yeah, Grind Time Train.
Yeah. Shout out to Train, man. You know what I'm saying? I know Train from way back.
Whole Grind Time fan.
Yeah. That's my strum metal dog, man.
Oh
Yeah,
man. Shoot.
Train used to be a fool with that basketball.
Oh, word? No, man, he lied. You serious?
Yeah. You ain't know that?
I think he did tell me about it. He used to be hooping, man.
Yeah.
That's
A lot of
crazy.
people ain't know that, but he Train. Look.
It's the hoop.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Nah, man. He don't hoop no more. But we've been working on that. I'm actually working on my homeboy Mad Marvin album. I just produced like 12 tracks. Waiting to see what he gonna do with that.
So dope. Let me ask you this. I know Marvin had like a little transition lately. So
Yeah.
what kind of like tell me what this album like about?
If Louisiana, if Baton Rouge had a Jeezy, that's how it sound.
Okay,
That's the sound that I'm shaping.
So it's like a trap reformed or something. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely gonna be motivational. For sure.
Yeah.
I think I'm really proud of him, and I'm really proud of what he doing with the youth. Cause like, man, everything he's saying about hard to walk to school, and man, that's true, bro. I remember walking to Glen Oaks High, bro, and as you walk into school, you know you got the brand new J's. You heard me?
Yeah.
You scared to walk to that bitch because motherfucker might take them off.
Yeah.
So that's real. That's real. What he's saying. You know?
Yeah. Shout out to Marvin, man, because like I said, I see him been doing this thing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what else you got?
I got a joint album with Be Real. I'm supposed to be doing shout out to Be Real. We gotta put it out. We kind of basically doing the same thing. Him and Shizz did.
Yeah.
We supposed to be dropping it sometime in between now and New Year's. So hopefully we get that out.
Okay. Now you mentioned Shizz, man. You know, I know a lot of people who looking at this interview who might know Shizz but not too familiar with you say you look kind of like the brother. So
yeah, Shizz was my little brother.
Yeah.
And part of the reason why they didn't know me like talking about it is because I just felt like Shizz was a star, and I felt like he needed to be in the forefront,
Yeah.
And I had to, be mature and, take that step back and be like, man, this you right here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I never stopped doing music, but that was my focus at the time.
Yeah.
Like you
But
the
brother
star.
got it.
Yeah, you got it. You know what I'm saying? That was my Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, everybody was fucking with Julie, but like when Wayne came out, they was just like, man,
You brought him up in the ranks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he was already battle tested, just going through you.
Mm-hmm.
So look, let's do a little bit of this as well. Give him a little bit of your background, how you got started and everything.
Oh man, we got started. Actually, my mama had a record deal in the 80s in California. And
you gotta tell people who your mama is, man.
She went by the name Songbird, but she had a developmental deal.
Yeah.
Country western. She was a country western singer.
Yeah, okay.
And man, she eventually stopped and had us.
Yeah.
And man, I remember growing up, man, that's all we heard was just her singing and music, and you know, that's the only thing she ever did. Man, and we decided one day, you know, we wanted to do music. And she was just like, I knew y'all was gonna do music, I just didn't know what y'all was gonna do. You know, we could have been playing fucking piano for the damn orchestra.
Yeah, y'all was just musically inclined.
Yeah. So, man, we started doing music, and we got good at it. And man, one thing led to another. And, man, Shizz just like people were paying attention to him.
Yeah.
And big people was paying attention to him.
Yeah.
So, you know, he ended up. I was making beats. He actually taught me how to make beats.
Yeah.
And kind of like with the rapping, like my beats was just, they kind of like just took off and evolved, you know.
So Doe, what came first, rapping or production?
Man, we was rapping first.
Yeah.
We was rapping first, but he liked the beat. He liked making beats. Yeah. I never was too into it, you know, because I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But I would see him sitting at the computer or whatever, and he'd just be getting it, you know. And I was just like, man, let me see if I can do this. And he was just like, man, you can. And man, I sat there and I sat there and I sat there till it just became automatic.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of, you know, Baton Rouge producers, we all learn by ear.
Yeah.
A lot of us ain't took no music class.
Oh, nah. A lot of us don't know how to play necessarily per se, but
yeah,
you know,
like
we know how it's supposed to sound.
Right,
working.
Right. We not tone deaf. We know we're not traditionally trained, but we can replay anything that you play, basically.
Yeah. You think that's what make Baton Rouge sound so distinct too?
Man, to be honest with you, yeah. I felt like because of our whole style had to be improvised, and we not, you know, our music isn't that structured like, you know, other cities. I feel like that's what make us so different. You know, it's just like gumbo, man. Like, you know, it's a delicacy.
Yeah, and, you know, you say gumbo, and the thing about gumbo is that you have so many variations of gumbo. You know what I'm saying? Some people do seafood, some people do chicken
salad.
You know, so it's like when you put it all together, though, it makes sense.
Man, it's so unique. It's just special. It's in a class of its own.
Yeah. And
I feel like the industry got wind of it with Young Boy, and they still trying to come up with an answer for it, and they can't.
Yeah.
They can't. They just gotta grab as many you know, if you look, you know, we got more rappers in Baton Rouge now that's in the industry than we had, you know, within the past couple of decades.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, we just saw what there was the top streaming artists. We had like three or four coming out. That's a big thing coming out of Baton Rouge, bro.
Yeah, so let me ask you, where you think that comes from with Baton Rouge kind of standing out so much in comparison to other bigger cities? Because I was thinking about this. A city like Phoenix is 5 times, 6 times bigger than Baton Rouge, but I can't name one artist from Phoenix. But when you look at Baton Rouge, I mean, on a nationwide scale, or even a regional scale, you can run down a list of 20 different artists, 30 different artists.
You know, I'm gonna say this because, like, you know, this is a great correspondence. Same thing with New Orleans and art.
Yeah.
You know, some of the best artists, painting-wise, coming from out of New Orleans.
Yeah. And
a large portion of the reason is because of how much, you know, creativity can be sparked by struggling.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you looked around, but Baton Rouge ain't nothing but the struggle, man.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember going to open mics, and it'll be better talent in that open mic than they got in
performing at the River Center.
For real.
Yeah.
So, you know, that form of competition wasn't nothing but just a big, you know what I'm saying, catalyst for what we got now. So
let me ask you this, because I feel like this is something that, well, Doe, let me ask you, how long have you been doing music, first of all?
I've been doing music since I was like 14.
Yeah.
So, that's about going on, what, 19 years?
Yeah.
I guess 19.
Yeah. So, I guess my question is, do you feel like since time has changed, like I feel like in the earlier 2000s, mid 2000s, a lot of people prided themselves on having like the hardest verses on songs and things of that nature. About who going first, who going second. Do you think they still had that same kind of competitive spirit when it comes to making music, especially when you're doing music with other people?
Man, you talking about in Baton Rouge?
Yeah. I mean, we could definitely start with Baton Rouge because.
Man, in Baton Rouge, you know, I've been noticing a lot more of the music has been tending towards, like, as far as not lyrics, but like, you know, they big on like speaking on facts and, you know, running F's and shit like that. And like, you know, it's hard to argue with that because, you know, it depends on what you listening for. If you listening because you in the streets and this what you on and you trying to, you know what I'm saying, listen to that because that's what keep your day going, man, you know, shit, that shit is hard. But at the same time, you got artists that's, you know, real hip hop oriented like J. Cole and they kicking knowledge too, you know. So as far as Baton Rouge though, like, man, they just giving you that hard, raw, unfiltered life that they living in. You can't, when it's raw like that, sometimes that shit ain't even got a rhyme, but it's just so raw, bro. And it's running on the beat to where, man, run that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Run that shit back. Like, you know, I'm a big fan of Rob 49 because, like, bro, it's just, you know, it's just there. Like, he just coming, how he coming, and it's just all coming from him in like authenticity. You feel me?
Yeah. So, Doe, let me ask you this too, man. You've been doing music for a while. What was your first breakthrough with music?
The first breakthrough, like, I'm gonna say, when I was working with Fox and we did that Fox Mayweather CD, and I made Straight Pit for Fox.
Yes.
And then
so look, well, how did that even come about?
Man, a lot of people that Fox was hanging with, his day ones was guys that was coming around the corner because we stayed 2 streets over from him. So, you know, my brother Shizz had walked down on. He was like, "Yeah, man, I've been running it with Fox." You know, I was like, "That's what's up," you know, and not thinking that Fox would like be like, "Hey, man, I want to sign you," you know. Yeah. But I was just like, "Hey, that's what's up, man. You know what he talking about or whatever." He's like, "Man, he talking about working with me," and I'm thinking he, you know, doing a song or something, you know. Man, one day, I'm sitting down in my mom's house because I ain't have a studio, a big ass studio. I had a closet, dog. Yeah. I had guys leaving Socket Studio to come record with me. Yeah. And that was crazy. So, man, Fox was like, man, I heard y'all be rapping over here, man. And I was just like, you know, yeah, we'll be rapping. You know, it's crazy because I'm not believing, you know, I'm just saying this motherfucker on 164, yeah. So he was just like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to work with y'all. So he came in, Shizz was playing the Adidas album. Yeah. And Fox was like, you know, man, I think we ought to do this together. And I was sitting back, I was like, what, this, you want to do an album with you? I was just like, and my brother was like, man, what you think I ought to do? I said, nigga, do it. Yeah. Do it. Cause you know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing else going on. We'll be doing this shit for free, you know? Yeah. So, man, I made Straight Pit for Fox. And Shizz dropped the Adidas album. And like after Shizz did that album with him and they did a photo shoot, man, it was like that. Like Shizz was just, man,
he was out here.
Bruh. Going to shows, people knowing who he is. Singing all his songs word for word, you know what I'm saying? Groupie women, it was crazy. Yeah. That was crazy. Yeah. And that was on a small scale, you know what I'm saying? Because Fox was doing his own thing outside of the trio circuit.
Yeah, well, that was Million Music.
Yeah. And he was doing like the chilling circuit, kind of like between We went to Texas, Arkansas, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, and that was pretty much the circle we was doing at that time. But man, Shizz couldn't be denied, bro. Like, especially when I told him, I was like, man, it's like, bro, you gotta start doing this R&B stuff, bro. You gotta start doing this R&B stuff, cause you can sing.
Yeah.
And he was just like, man, they gonna look at me crazy. I was like, no, man. They gonna love you for that, dog.
Yeah, that's what they like, and that's what you gotta give them.
Right. And like when he started doing it, he realized what, the attention that he was getting from it.
Yeah.
Because everybody knew he was a cold spitter. Like, Shizz was probably top tier, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Best spitters in Baton Rouge, you know what I'm saying?
That singing elevated him to
that singing just took him to where
everybody can't do it.
Yeah. And man, I think that's what kind of gravitated Be Real to what he had going on too, because it was different. You know what I'm saying? So
how did that come about? When did the transition happen, I guess, from Fox to him working with Be Real? What happened in the midst of all that?
We stopped working with Fox because our vision started getting different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Shizz had took a break from doing music for a couple of years, man. And he had some personal things going on, And I remember we was at the studio one day, and we had did a little song, and Be Real was there. And I remember we was at the house. I had an apartment in Sherwood, and my little brother was there, and he was with Shizz, and he was like, man, you one of the most talented rappers in Baton Rouge, and you've been sitting up here playing 2K. He was like, man, I bet you could put a CD out right now, and you done been off all these years, and it'll be competitive with,
what's going
on right now. And she was just like, all right, let me see, you know what I'm saying, what we can do. So Be Real came about. They did one song, and then that song was the All For You record.
Yeah.
And that song just shot. Like, that song was just like, I think it was like 300,000 plays.
Yeah.
It had like blew up. Like, that was without a real video, cause they were just, and she was just like, man, you know what, I'm about to do this. And him and Be Real was working together. A lot of that was recorded at my house. And man, it was just like a snowball effect, cause Be Real had his thing going on. And all the people was like, man, he back rapping, and the CD shops. That's back when people were still kind of going from CDs to streaming.
Yeah.
The CD shops was playing our music every time we walk in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the studio was a CD shop and a studio at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
When people are, man, who that is? And that's the shit Dollah. And
what spot was that, by the way?
That was off of Foster. No, not Foster. That was off of
that was Music Treasure?
No. It wasn't off Foster. It was off of you got Florida. It's Sherwood, Florida. They got a cleaners right here. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
It started with a V or something like that.
Man, but it was a nice setup, bro.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Brian. But OG Brian was in there. He was pushing Shizz every day, like with YBB.
Yeah.
Brian, passed away. But man, he was a good dude, bro. And he kept us like, man, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep going, but don't quit, So that happened, and man, Shizz, we started out battle rapping.
Yeah.
We wasn't we wasn't rapping on beats, So Shizz has always been a battle rapper, like forever. So when they started doing the battle rap scene, I remember Shizz was just embarrassing people. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember.
Bro, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. A big battle was him and John the Baptist.
Oh my God.
John had this reputation of rapping in prison, so everybody wanted to see that matchup. But
he didn't know who he was dealing with.
Yeah, well, I think too, battle rapping in that kind of environment is a whole different structure. And if you don't understand the culture, you know what I'm saying, you could get hit pretty hard, pretty quick, you know.
Well, Shizz had been watching Smack DVDs since like Smack. You probably, I don't even know if you know what that is. Smack is a battle rap league that's.
So look, I don't know if I ever told you, but I worked with Bayou Battle League before. We had a battle league here in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
You know, we actually reached out to Shizz before to try to get him to work with him. Yeah, that was right before he passed.
Okay.
We were bringing in major battle rappers. We brought in 40 Bars and New Jersey Twerk and all them people. So we brought in some major people. So we wanted to get Shizz and
to be competitive.
Yeah. That's why Case actually battled on a few of them cards.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
See, Shizz was he actually came and tried to let me hear his verse before he was gonna do some of the battle raps, but I didn't want him to because I wanted to be in shock too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I knew it was gonna be that good.
Yeah, it was
you feel?
Entertaining.
I wanted to be in shock, and I'ma say the AMG Case battle was the most shocking video to me.
Yeah, and before we get into detail that, we're gonna go on a quick commercial break and we're gonna pick back up on that.
Yo, what's up? This is your man Adrian Babb. New episode of Let's Tell a Story coming up with me, myself, Mr. Adrian Babb, very soon. And you can catch me January 7th at the Raising Cane's Center, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, for the biggest blues show thrown in the state of Louisiana. Y'all be there.
Yeah, it's your boy Doja. We back on No Quantize, man. We had a dope ass episode. Sean Elliott, man. Make sure y'all tap in with the antidote. Roku TV, Fire TV, Apple TV, and YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yo.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Drea K. Look what I got on. Cute, comfy. You already know. Ain't no going back. Look, I'm all about that message because we ain't going back. Okay? We ain't going back to no mess. We ain't going back to none of that crap. You hear me? So, yeah, go cop you one. Get you a little nice sweatshirt. Get you a shirt. Ooh, they got some lingerie too. Look, you need to go on their website, go on their Instagram, see what they got, and make sure you all check out Let's Tell a Story on the Antidote Network. We got some new episodes coming out next week, so stay tuned. She cute, huh? I know.
So dope, man. We back from commercial break. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about that Shizz AMG Case battle, man. Tell me about that whole situation. You said that was the craziest one out the book.
Yeah, right? Bro. Like I was saying earlier, man. Like, you know, he was appalled that Case and not Case, Ray Vixen and Mr. Kane was betting against him, and I remember walking down on him, sitting on the couch in my house. He was just like, "Man, I can't believe they bet against me, man." And I was just like, man, well, shoot, if they going against you, then rap about them too. You know what I'm saying? It's just rap, you know. And man, he did that. I didn't think he was gonna do it, but he put him in the battle, and made some punchlines out of him. And I think that's kind of what like won the battle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That one and the Johnny Baptist battle those were the most entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you, do you think that Shizz would have pursued battle rapping past the local level, or you think it was just something to do on the side while he do his regular music?
I think Shizz had what it took to go upstate and battle. Yeah. Cats like, you know, the big guys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like, you know, he could have went up there and turned some necks. Yeah. You know. And then I feel like once he got his foot in the door, he would have just blown him away with the music. Yeah. Like, cause they would have been like, man, this dude can rap. He can rap acapella, and this dude can get on an R&B record or get on a rap record and just, you know, Lil Wayne his way through all of this. That would have been crazy.
So let me ask you this then: what you think would have took off first? Him doing the battle rap?
Battle rap.
Yeah.
It's saturated down here with all these rappers, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard, you know, for a lyricist like Shizz, to not beat and just blew up. Like, it's saturated with a lot of rappers.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of nepotism too with the rap stuff. You know, I'm the CEO, so I'm put my son on.
Yeah.
And the son, you know,
not as talented as
a real artist that you want to put your money behind.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
So, Doe, let me ask you this about yourself. What do you categorize yourself when it comes to you being an artist and you being a producer?
Man, I'm more third coast, you know, southern bounce, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I do a little conscious music, but like most of my music is something that'll make, you know, when you just get off from work, and you put something in. You know what I'm saying? You put something on. You know, it's something that's gonna make you feel good.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like
my dog Shine, you kind of like an 808s and brown liquor type.
Yeah, 808s and brown liquor. Yeah, that's me right there. I like that. I like the 808s and brown liquor. Yeah, because ain't nothing in my liquor cabinet white. But the tops.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. That's exactly where I'm at.
Yeah.
I make a little bounce music too, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, just something that's kind of like, you know, on the scale of Mouse. You know?
Yeah.
Shout out to Mouse.
Yeah. So look, I know you had mentioned about having some work done with Mouse or
me and Mouse had I did that thick Redbone record. I did the hook or whatever. They actually sampled me out of my kit or whatever, my producer kit. And they was asking me for permission, and man, at that point in time, man, I was running the streets. Music wasn't on my mind like how it is now.
Yeah.
And like, man, I remember being in New Orleans, and I'm in New Orleans. My homeboy had a condo, and I would go stay out there for like weeks at a time. So I'm in there, you know, in the club or whatever, and I'm hearing my voice, and I'm hearing I need a thick red bone that can spend money, and I'm like, this is me, and I'm hearing Mouse in the background. I'm like, man, this is the song they talking about.
Yeah.
And once I heard it, I already knew it was a hit because of the hook. But like once I heard the beat, I was just like, man, this is gone. This is a classic.
Yeah.
They still play that song.
Yeah. I was at a brunch last Sunday. You know, shout out to Dell. We was covering an event out there, and that song came on. You know, and they went crazy.
Yeah. So like, and that song was about 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's an old song.
Yeah.
But when I wrote it and I sampled it, I said, this is a hit right here. Whenever I get a chance, this is the hit.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know,
they got the Mouse.
Mouse took it and it worked out good. And I was glad because I always felt like Mouse was talented and he needed, you know what I'm saying? He already had Watch My Shoes and stuff like that. So I if anybody was to get it, I would have rather him have it.
Yeah.
You know, out of the trio circle.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. From a business standpoint, were you taking care of that record?
Now see, that's the only thing. Yeah. I was given instruments and like stuff like that, but like I wanted the only thing that made me upset about that record was like my name was on.
Yeah.
I felt like I should have been featured on the record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, because technically you doing the hook. So
I was on the hook, but you know, shout out to my brother Boss on the track. That was a big move for him at the time. He produced the beat.
Okay.
So, you know, I felt like, you know, I want to see you win.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you just started.
Yeah.
I want to see you win.
You're not going to make a big fuss out of it.
I'm not going to, because I want to see you win. That's the kind of guy I am, bro.
Yeah.
And it worked out. Boss got his start. He worked with a bunch of artists. Me and him still cool. And he doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boss on the track.
So let's fast forward now too. I know you mentioned you got a record with Mouse and Be Real. Is that correct?
All right, so I did the record with HD for President last year.
Well, let's talk about that first. How it came about.
man, me and Train was working on the album, and I said, man, it don't make no sense to put no album out if we ain't got no single, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know HD, but me and Be Real was working close on our album in tandem with me producing the album with Train that dropped in December last year.
Yeah.
So Train was talking to us in like January of last year. He was like, bro, like this song hit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, let me reproduce it and let me see if HD for President gonna wanna hop on it. Now this was before the Bow 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 came out and all that, you know. And
Can't Stop Jigging.
Yeah, the Can't Stop Jigging was popping. I was just like, you know what? I could hear him on this record right here. I was just like, man, you know, get it together. You know what I'm saying? Do the numbers and we'll see what we can work out. So we ended up working it out. And man, we put it out. And man, it was just spinning everywhere, bro. That record was in rotation. So we was supposed to shoot a video for it. We never shot a video for it. I feel like if we would have shot a video for it, it would have grew legs, you know.
Yeah.
But it didn't. So we kind of dropped the ball on that. So I was talking to Be Real about the Thick Red Bone situation with Mouse. And he was just like, man, you ought to, reach out to Mouse and, you know what I'm saying, see what he's doing.
Yeah.
So we was working and we was working on the song and Be Real had did a sample record. And he was just like, man, what you want to do with it? I was just like, man, I'm going to send it to Mouse. I'm going to see what you know what I'm saying. Man, the same day, Mouse heard the record, he said, I'm writing my verse. And I was just like, word? And he was like, yeah. So a couple weeks later, man, he sent it back, and I was just like, this is crazy.
And now that I think, is it a whole lot of songs with Be Real and Mouse are both on the same record?
No, not. It's a rarity.
3 deep records or something, but
it's a rarity. I know he was on. No, he was talking.
All the Way Out here.
He was talking on Cartoon. I don't know. Yeah, All the Way Out here.
Yeah.
I don't know too many of them.
But besides that, that's one of the few times that
they work together.
Yeah.
So I told Mouse he did the beat, and he was just like, "Hey man, look, listen, whenever y'all want to drop this, man, hit me up. We can handle the business and we can put this out." So that's where I'm at right now with it. It's probably gonna come out within the next couple of months, though.
Yeah. I think the world needs that.
Yeah, I think they do too. Because both of them on fire right now.
Yeah.
Both of them did records with
Young Boy.
Yeah, Young Boy and Fredo. So they on fire right now.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, well, Doe, I mean, that'll put you on fire too.
It's definitely put some spark on me for sure. It definitely put me in the paint, man.
So Doe, let me get a rundown too. Who all have you worked with since you've been doing music?
Man, I done work with most of the a lot of local Baton Rouge artists. Man, Fox, Mouse, Be Real, Delwin. I done work with Dylan Cage. I done work with man.
Pretty sure you and Blaze done work together.
Me and Big Blaze done work together. Back in the G, man, all of the Grind Time guys.
You mentioned Marvin earlier.
Yeah, Mad Marvin. I did some work with Player Pizzle.
Yeah.
Did some work with JT.
With JT. Talking about JT be over there with Player Pizzle.
I think so.
Yeah, you talking about Carter Boy.
Carter Boy, yeah.
I know with JT.
Yeah,
JT actually used to be on my label back in the day.
I didn't know he be with because when he was working on Spitter album, we was working on the album that I got going on with Madman.
Yeah.
So we was doing that together.
Yeah.
So I was real happy for him that he got that project, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, JT Carter Boy, that's my dog.
Yeah, I ain't gonna stun on him, but he learned a lot from him.
Oh yeah, he did. Hey man, when I ain't gonna lie, when we start back working together, bro, he was in there like a machine, cuz I was just like,
I ain't gonna lie, where he was back then, where he at now, he didn't progress, like,
bro, because I ain't gonna lie, he got it.
Yeah.
He got it, man.
But he been doing it for a long time. You know,
Yeah.
when I was doing music, when he was like 15, 16 years old. So
I remember we used to be battle rapping, and he used to be there. Like he was being in the circle. Like he knew
he from
me and shit.
Yeah.
So like when we started really getting one-on-ones, and he was explaining, I was like, yeah, man, we was tight like that in high school. Like I ain't never thought that he was gonna, be.
So let me ask you this, because that's one thing I noticed too. Glen Oaks kind of have a lot of
music
connected.
income.
Yeah. Because I mean, I had a studio in Glen Oaks, so I used to. It was like a baby Motown. Everybody used to come to the studio just to come to rap. You know what I'm saying? And
you had a lot of talent come through there, bro. But like I felt like the circumstances and stuff, and the way things was going, in our hood was just, it was hindering us, bro. We had a lot of talent, but like I tell you, bro, inspiration and talent can be birthed from struggle.
Yeah.
So it's no coincidence that it was a lot of talented artists coming out of Glen Oaks, but look where we was going.
So look, let me ask you this too. Do you feel like when people are like overly talented, do they work as hard?
Nah, that's no. I'm gonna give you a straight up answer. No.
Yeah.
It's the people that win in this game is the people that don't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
That's the people that win. Not the people that can freestyle for 2 hours, or you know what I'm saying, write all these songs and don't ever take your song, put it out, push it.
Yeah.
That's why guys like Yo Gotti, Baby, all of the millionaires, they not the best rappers. They the hustlers.
Yeah.
It's just my.
I tend to agree with that assessment, because I feel like a lot of times when people talented, they think it's just gonna automatically come to them.
And that ain't how this work.
Yeah.
And if that was the case, you know what I'm saying, guys like Yo Gotti and stuff like that, they wouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll be a bunch of Lil Wayne's rapping.
Yeah.
It'll be a bunch of Kanye West's. You know what I'm saying? Guys like that, but it's not.
Yeah.
Kanye was as talented as he was, but till the situation with Jay-Z evolved, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how we got Kanye West.
So look, this is Just Landed, and you brought up his name, so we gonna transition to this. So what you think about what's going on with Kanye, man?
Man, I think Kanye just needs to. I feel like, I feel like he has a tendency to over communicate. You feel me? Like, he don't know how to. He don't know how to like agree to disagree. You feel me? He ain't diplomatic at all. You know what I'm saying? And the world needs people like that, but we don't need Kanye West to be like that right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I got an assessment about Kanye too, bro. And
please,
man, hey, look, I just feel like a lot of people don't agree with this. I feel like Kanye don't love black people. He don't love his own. I feel like he runs to his own when the white man in trouble. Yeah, when the white man is on his ass, or he ain't getting his way with him, then he calls on us to back him up. And then when he get what he want, he forget about us again.
Man. Dog, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100% with Kanye West. Now, I'm not a Kanye West head, but I like what he did with the albums that he put out all the way, like, the Dropout.
College Dropout.
Yeah, man, bro, that shit, that was lightning in a bottle, cuz.
Yeah.
So, like, I fuck with that Kanye.
Yeah.
This new Kanye, I'll tolerate him, but like, where's the other boy at? Cause that's who I could gravitate.
I just feel like, man, he kind of. I feel like he just for self. Whoever gonna benefit him the most, that's what he rolling with.
And that's not the kind of guys we need making the decisions and saying the things that he been saying.
So look, I got something for you too. Do you feel like with black people, man, we pick the wrong people as our leaders? We look at entertainers and athletes as our leaders when
we pick the people that look familiar to our eyes. You know what I'm saying? Kanye West always in our eyes. Like, we always see guys, you know, and it's cool. It's so crazy that, you know, the people, the most influential people we see don't always have our best interests in mind. You feel me?
Yeah. So you know, I'm gonna transition to this then, man. Well, I see we have with Kyrie, you know.
Man.
You know, now I'll be honest with you. I've been in and out, so I kind of know some of the details. So I might be forgetting something. So I know the people in the comments, man, don't kill us if we got something wrong, man.
Right.
But you know, he had reposted basically a documentary. Basically saying, you know, the documentary referenced that blacks were the original, you know, Hebrews or the original Jews or whatever else it may be. And, you know, it felt like that kind of started an uproar, you know.
Man, you see, and you put it in perspective, like, you know, part of me was like, you know, if the shoe fits, wear that motherfucker. Yeah. But at the same time, you was just like, you know, imagine we got a music store, you know, and that kind of like put it in perspective, like, you know, he does work for, you know, end all be all Jewish people, right? So like, I can't go to work saying black folks was the original Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? They gonna look at me, you know, and they might fire my black ass. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things you can't say. You know, or you shouldn't say.
Or if you say, you know what's gonna come with that.
Yeah, so don't be surprised. It'll be different if they was just like, you know, all right, Kyrie, now you know you gotta go ahead with your bitch ass. And he was like, all right, fuck y'all then. I knew this was coming anyway. But to be appalled or to say, yeah, I said it, and then be surprised when the backlash come, that's hustling backwards.
Yeah. I mean, if your boss Jewish and you say something about Jewish people, you can't expect him to be all right. Be like, all right, Kyrie, I know you're gonna think how you want to think.
So I ain't saying it's right what they doing, but I'm not surprised. And he shouldn't
go with their move. You know?
Yeah. So, you know, I heard they was trying to get them to give money back to, you know, anti-Semitic charities and all that. Man, look, if you want to jump through hoops to keep your job, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But you put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing that wasn't no shit that they hopped out and they targeted you.
Yeah.
You put yourself in that
position. You know, I heard this too, though. A lot of the reason why they went so hard on us because they go back to the fact that he didn't want to take that vaccine last year. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like kind of like we ain't going to have no leeway for you because you already done
been controversial.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of times that's their way of controlling a narrative, and you know, you control a large group of people with influence and making examples out of people. So I'm not surprised they'll do that to him. But the internet then got so vast. Yeah. Like if you look on the Shade Room or anywhere where they posting that, underneath all of that, you will see thousands of colored people saying this is injustice. Yeah. They're trying to make it. So we see what's going on, and we are, you know, mentally apt of the tactics that, you know, the powers that be are using. Yeah. And the more people that can sit up there and compare notes and realize that this is happening, the more dangerous they become. Yeah. So this ain't nothing that, I mean, you know, Kyrie Irving is just, you know, somebody that is happening to him right now, but they gonna continue to try it until it ain't effective.
Yeah. So, Doe, let me ask you this too, man. Somebody brought this up to me, one of my people did, and you know, his whole thing was saying, and I kind of agree with him to a certain degree. Why don't, as black folks, we try to start like our own leagues and our own things, so that way we ain't got to worry about that. Like,
man, I feel like a lot of times we don't start things or we don't do stuff like that because we haven't seen other people like us do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, let me reference this then. You know, Ice Cube got the Big Three basketball league. You know, where they go to city and they play the games.
I did hear about that.
Yeah. So Cube has tried to do it, but you know, he take that with retired ball players who done already had their run. You know,
right? But imagine if we had a bigger league. Yeah. I feel like the same thing with you know how these some of these college teams don't want, you know, smaller colleges to have as big as stadiums. It's gonna be competitive, and I feel like, you know,
take the power away from them.
Right, and like it's just like selling dope. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you. I don't need you over, because for one thing, you're gonna be competition. Yeah. And I'm trying to make as much money as I can. So if I see you over here and you got what you got going on, I'm gonna do what I can to,
so
you know what I'm saying?
You follow football, or you watch football?
A little bit.
So you been seeing what's going on with Jackson State and Deion Sanders and everything?
Yeah, I did.
So what you think about that whole situation?
Man, I feel like it's good. I feel like he gonna leave.
I think everybody expecting him to eventually leave.
I feel like he gonna leave, cause see, you know, his name Prime Time, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, he want prime time.
Yeah, he want prime time. He want the money, you know, and he got the influence to get players.
Yeah.
Like if I'm an SEC team, yeah, he a threat, but I know he want that money.
Yeah.
So I know he I think he even said I'd be a fool not to, you know, look at other offers that's coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Recently. And honestly, I mean, you gotta think about it. Jackson State paying you $700,000.
What's their record?
Gonna pay you $7 million.
What's their record right now? You know?
Oh, they undefeated right now.
Jackson State undefeated.
Yeah, they undefeated. They about to be if they went out for the rest of the season, they done went 2 whole years straight without losing in the SWAC.
And it's not surprising. Like, man, what DB you don't know wouldn't want to play for Deion?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then on top of that, Deion know how to relate to them kids. You know what I'm saying? He still know how to dress like them kids. He still flashy like them kids. Right.
And he to be honest with you, a large portion of what he brought to the game is still in what's
kids still with 21.
Yeah, they still, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, that man is an icon, but don't think that he not gonna leave. That's all I'm saying, cuz. You know?
So let me ask you, do you feel like Deion doing this for his own purpose, or you really think he helping to elevate?
I feel like that shit tandem, bro. I feel like he elevating the swag, but at the same time, you know.
Cause look, they had a situation where he got into one of the coaches, one of the teams. They said, it was saying Deion ain't really swag. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They like, man, you ain't really swag. You don't really bleed the swag like we bleed the swag. And you know, a lot of people gave them people hell for saying that about Deion, but I might agree with him, because if Deion leave in another year or two, do you really do the swag a whole lot of good?
Man, you got to look at this too. Like, when the last time Jackson State went back to back, bro? I mean, I'm just saying.
From a winning standpoint.
From a winning standpoint, but I'm saying on top of that too, bro, you know, he can't. We come to do this. We get money. Like this is about money. Yeah. We gotta pay the bills, bro. So if these people, like you just said, they offering them $7 million versus $700,000. Come on, bro. Yeah. Like that's a hard, integrity wise. That's hard to. It's
hard to pass.
Yeah, bro.
But I mean, it really depends though, because some people, you know, you could be a Martin Luther King, you could be a Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's another thing too.
Look, Louisiana Daiquiri Factory. You can follow me at LA_Daiquiri Factory. And look, this how we rolling with it. I'm making daiquiris with premium alcohol. You see this? That's what I'm making my daiquiris with. This is apple cognac. We make this with V-Long. Yo, this shit fire. We make a tropical passion with this new Ciroc. We got a green apple. That's his favorite. It's my favorite, y'all. Peach Douce, strawberry Hennessy, plenty different flavors. Just follow me at Louisiana Daiquiri Factory. Simple. You can call me, DM me, or text me, and I'm pulling up. Certified. You heard me? Yeah. Yeah. I got drink. Down.
Those are burnt.
Centurion Car Care, located at 11857 Florida Boulevard, where we do quality work at an affordable price. We also do paint and body, exhaust work, and any minor and major mechanic work. Best mechanic shop south of the Mississippi.
What's up, everybody? We're on the set of I Got Drink TV. It's your girl T10 and it's your girl E. And we are rocking our new sponsor merchants. Ain't no going back. Because we're not going back.
The only way is
Up.
and forward.
That's it, period.
Yes, you can follow them on IG at Ain't No Going Back.
And you can follow the antidote. You can follow us as well at XOXO_URS truly.
And on Instagram at Kajamami.
So like, subscribe, follow us on all the streaming platforms, all the social media platforms, and tune in for this next episode. Bye.
So yeah, I'm gonna pick back up, man. We had a interruption.
Shit.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
Man, we was talking about you don't want to be, you could choose between Martin Luther King or Malcolm X.
Yeah, I mean, you could die behind it, or you could.
Man, and then,
You can integrate.
so I can't really use Deion Sanders for this because he been broke and rich.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't say that he ain't never had nothing because he got something now.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So I can't say that he won't leave Jackson State. But what I can say is, if he does, don't be surprised and don't be upset. Now, he might not be for the swag. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, the thing is, in all honesty, he don't really have ties to the swag. He went to Florida State. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't expect him to.
The fact that he came back, though, I'm pretty sure he could have got a job somewhere else.
Yeah, well, I think part of why he went to Jackson was he didn't get the offers that he thought he would get. So, I mean, like, look, I go to Jackson State. I'm gonna show y'all. And I mean, look, you can't be mad at him if he leave, because I mean, shoot, he wasn't married to Jackson State.
He ain't married. And that last, and what you say the record is?
They undefeated.
All right. I'm doing my job.
Yeah, I mean, look, think about it. Who wouldn't want to get promoted to a better position?
That's how
if
this
they
work.
working the job.
That's how this work, bro. And people, people will try to make you feel, bad for your blessings or your talent or your skill or what you bring to the table as far as your charisma. You know, I feel like, okay, Deion, you came here when you did a good job. All right, bro, go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's to say that he did a bad job? That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Saying you ain't swag. Why they feel like he ain't swag? Cause the way he's bringing attention to the game,
Yeah.
like he's on some look at me.
Well, I think too, a lot of them guys that's in the swag know this is they ceiling.
Okay,
So when they look at Deion, they looking at Deion like,
he on a stepping stone.
yeah. So I think that's why they feel like he not swag, because they here to stay for the long run. They know Deion is only gonna be temporary.
I feel like I wish the swag was in a higher tier than what it is, because I feel like a lot of players get robbed from out of where the swag is at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of our natural talent get robbed from,
Yeah,
our area.
We should have our talent at them
Because
schools
if we
rather
did,
than-
if we had the talent that grew up, that went to the swag schools,
there wouldn't be no LSU. It wouldn't be none of them schools
come
playing
on,
on them
man.
levels.
Come on, man.
I mean, we just saw last night how, a black quarterback ran that touchdown
man.
in.
So that ain't nothing we even gotta say. You feel me? But it is what it is, man. I fuck with Jackson State and I fuck with Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
The swag where is at.
Yeah. So dope, man. Besides that, tell the people what besides music, what's your other interest?
Man, I be chilling, man. I just like to chill, bro. Cause man, so many people either dying or going to jail, bro. I just been taking their life, cause that's what I do. I travel a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I move around a little bit. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you was smart, you would do the same.
Yeah. So look, would you give any advice you want to give to the audience, especially inspiring artists or people who want to do anything in the industry?
if you gonna do this, you need to do it 100%. 100%, bro. Like, don't play with it. Treat it like a job, because you will find yourself wasting time. You know what I'm saying? And you'll look up, and you know what I'm saying, 5-6 years in, and you still peddling. You know what I'm saying? If you treat this shit like a job, you know what I'm saying, like a project that you need to get done, you get up in the morning, you look at your, you know, your dream board or whatever you got, your big calendar, whatever you got to remind you that this is what you need to be doing. You need to put that in place, or get you a manager that's gonna be on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, they gotta believe in, and for anybody to believe in you, gotta be doing.
You gotta show them something,
right?
Yeah.
So that's all the advice I got, man.
So look, you think too, when artists don't get where they need to be at, that causes bitterness?
Man, I don't think we got enough time. I don't think we got enough time to explain.
And the reason why I asked that, because sometimes I think certain artists are mad because they feel like they make good music, but they don't ever question, did they work hard enough?
Man, bro, you know if you work hard enough, because you ain't gonna feel like that. Yeah. If you give something everything you got, you ain't gonna feel like that. Because you're gonna be done made some kind of impact somewhere to make you be like, you know what, I left my mark. You feel me? Yeah. So I feel like the bitter artists are the lazy artists. Yeah. They are the shoulda, coulda, woulda artists, man. And if you don't get up off your ass and do what you believe in, or what you say you want to do, that's what you deserve. Yeah, because, you know, I especially with social media now, I see so many people who get on there and they get mad or frustrated because all the DJs not playing my songs, or this not acts like, did you go pull up on a DJ? Did you just like? Man, look, I feel like this, and I done tried it every kind of way, cuz. Yeah. If you gonna do this, you need to be in the running of who's doing it. You feel me? Yeah. Like, I feel, this is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? You say you rap, you need to be up there with the dudes that's rapping. You know what I'm saying? You need to be bumping shoulders. You need to be doing shows. You need to be showing up, doing the walkthroughs. You need to be, you know, having these lights on you. That's what you need to be doing if you're going to say you're going to really do this. Yeah. Because if not, you just bullshit. You can have all the connects, all the friends, all the famous celebrities you want to. But if you ain't out here rapping and recording and putting songs out and doing videos, then you bullshit. Yeah. And that's the bottom line, bro. Yeah, that's a hell of a sound bite that's gonna be used, because I think a lot of artists need to hear that. Yeah, yeah, because I think a lot of them just think because they make a good song that, you know, the $1 million is the next step. Nah, and then the ones that get the $1 million off that one song, they be broke. Yeah. They take the $1 million, then they find out they got to make another one. They don't even know how to make another. They find out that that's an advance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know the particulars on what Glorilla got going on with that song with Yo God and them. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that Hit Boy ain't out there just trying to ride people, bro. No. I'm pretty sure that she realizing that advance or whatever was an advance, and you know they talking about taking them to court or whatever. I ain't worried about Hit Boy. Hit Boy ain't the one that's gonna be affected. Yeah, it's gonna be the artist. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of our artists don't be educated like they need to be when it comes down to their contract and that black and white. Yeah, and where their royalties going. I really don't feel like we don't be getting educated like we need. I think it's because of the fact that so many artists just so thirsty to be on. That's exactly what. Yeah. Not just to be on, but just to get the money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's something. I mean, some of them do it just for some studio time. And that's crazy. That's mind blowing to me, cause you know, I done lost people. We done been struggling all our life, bro. Like, I'm doing this for the money. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I like music, but I need you to pay me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to, you know what I'm saying, do all that extra shit. I'm here for the money, cause, and when you start talking like that, a lot of times people stop fooling with you. Right. Yeah, yeah.
When the moment you start understanding what your value is, that's what people don't want to deal with you.
But that's what you want anyway.
Yeah.
You want that to happen because they're
get
gonna
rid
weed
of all
out
the
That's what you want. So, man, that's just my opinion, bro.
So Doe, we've been talking for a while, man. We gonna have to probably do a part 2 because
I'll come back, man. I'll come back.
So this is what we gonna do, man. Doe, let them know once again where they can follow you at.
Man, I'm Doe _XO on Instagram, on I think I'm on Facebook, on if you just Google me, just Doe XO on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all of that. So yeah, but you can most likely get a hold of me on Instagram, DOE _XO.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So look, it's another episode of Just Landed. The Jetsetters edition. I mean, you can watch it on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on everything, man.
All right,
this ain't just YouTube, man. We nationwide, worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah, so even if you don't have cable, you got internet, you can still watch. Watch it on your TV.
I bet.
Yeah. So, we out, man.
All right, brother.